Why hello there, fellow furniture movers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus, Volcanic, Prometheus. Episode 13, moving into our new digs. You hate how F is bound to both interact and drink? Yes. Yes. If you try to pick something out of water, you will very easily find yourself drinking instead of whatever you were trying to do. And that can be super deadly. Super deadly. So, maybe what I'll do... I'll probably need more pillars than I had allotted here. Because I don't want, like, cave-in roof, and I don't want my base to hinge upon its stability on just, like, a few pillars. So I'll do a bunch of internal pillars just so that I have no chance of collapse. Because, like, having stuff collapse on me would be awful. So we'll have another set of internal pillars here. Oh, it's coming along. It's not fast. Both skin and drink are hold F, and animals can't be skinned until they finish settling. Yeah, I'll put it this way. I've definitely accidentally drank water that I didn't mean to, and that's a pretty, a somewhat common thing that can happen to you in Icarus. So I don't think I'm alone in saying sulfur water is a threat, even late game. Because if I didn't, you know, if you're low on food or you don't have health tonics or something like that, you can find yourself dead pretty quickly. Let's see if there's... Just to mix it up, should I do the scan mission as a bunch of bricks are made? Like, should I grab a bunch of extra rocks to start smelting? And then go do something else in the meantime? Do you guys want that? Or are you fine with just me plowing ahead with the finishing touches? It's just, it's taken a while, and I'm just, out of respect for your, you know, attention or whatever. So Icarus, much like most open world survival craft games, does have gravity mechanics, as I'm sure you've noticed, and unsupported things collapse with no refunds, which is pretty devastating. So it's really important that things are physically supported by pillars, walls, foundations. Floating structures do not work. So, yeah, you've been warned. Alright, I'll get a little bit of some more raw stone, and then go do a scan mission. Now, with that said, if you travel far enough away from your resource, production, they will stop. Oh, really? Thanks, game. Like, for real? What timing? Well, I'm not really going to be able to go anywhere right now, because sulfuric upheaval. So, 3 more pillars and then 15 roofs, and I'm done. Let's see if there's some Scoria, or or whatever. Scoria, I don't know. Scoria sounds like I'm playing RimWorld and I want to avoid rabies. I don't want to move too far away from my home cave. Oh yeah, here's some. What is that doing there? Still not quite 18. All you little guys need more food, too. Because I've been building and hunting, my massive food supply has been dwindled. It's not that I've been using it effectively. I drank poison as a demonstration and then required to eat like 30 pieces of meat to offset it. So yeah, that's a self-inflicted resource scarcity. No regrets, though. I really enjoyed having norovirus. Yeah, I would say the sulfur stomach is basically norovirus. Like, I think the most sick I've ever felt in my life is like a bad case of norovirus. It doesn't get much worse than that without hospitalization, would be the caveat. I don't think that there's a ton of blueprints I'm waiting on at 25. I know, like, obsidian armor, if I was bothering with that, is a 25er. The thermos is a 25. And the advantage of the thermos only really would be if I had ice and I could melt it down for, like, ice-cold water, which I don't have. Or if I wanted warm water for a liquid that I could use if I entered the Arctic. So there isn't a huge bonus. There isn't a big reason for me to bother with that. Unless I get Arctic missions. What else is a 25? 25 is one of those, like, halfway marks. I think that's about it. As the big ticket items. Hunter armor if I was in the forests, but I'm not. Bullets? I guess I could start doing ammo casings. I could work on getting a rifle. But I'll get the base first. I know eventually I'm going to want biofuel can, water pump, and water pipe tool, because you need water pipe tool for plumbing. So I'll just unlock that now. And then platinum sheaths is required for a whole bunch of things. So yeah, really just the thermos, ox tank, canteen, something like that. Those would be good. So I think I said, what, 3 more pillars? And at this point, the bottleneck is SEP. Alright. We'll do the scan mission. Oh. Is that going off of internal? Because I don't want these... Oh no, these are the sticks I just made. Never mind. I'm not too worried about, like, using up all my sticks, because, I can now just make them pretty easily. I may be switching from Fatty T-Bone. I like Fatty T-Bone more because you get higher yield from butchered animals. To gamey meat. Gamey meat does give melee damage. But I'm running out of Fatty T-Bone because I just haven't actively been hunting Drax and lava spiders. A lot of broodlings. Oh, Dom's 18. Does that mean JD's 18 too? whoever you are. They're somewhere around me. Medic Sloan. Get your last thump thump. There you are. Yep, you're 18. Cool. So 2 points in hydration. I didn't think that was going to make the difference either. It's 1%, 2%, 5%, 10%. So I probably, to know it's going to work, we'll need to invest all of it in, I'd imagine. Or almost all of it, at least. Alright, storm's over. Let's get the scan going. After placing some of the remaining base blocks. Finally getting a base. It's been a while. And thank you for your patience. I did not... It was not quick or min-maxed. Everything, because of the rules and restrictions, is extra slow, to be fair. So we need to collect the radar from the Cenotai delivery pod, and then go scan, set it up, and survive like a wave survival type thing while we scan. Meaning I should have a fresh knife, because there's going to be a lot to skin, and a repaired pick, because there's going to be a lot to pick. So full more and we're done. We're really... Oh, I have the bricks on me. That's dumb. We're really close to finished, other than the other entryway. And it's a stout, brutalist-looking building, but, like, you know, if it gets the job done. Perp ready. Build the Stilt base and scan for quest. The good news is, that should be, as long as I use it efficiently, enough room to pretty much put everything I want in the base. Meaning I'm not going to need to do a whole lot of extra redesign or anything like that. I am surprised that they're not trying to kill that thing. Another potential task for me to think about is getting attachments. I have been neglecting them just because of voted priorities, but attachments are one of the most powerful buffs that you can get for your gear. And it's not that I've overlooked them, I've just been busy with other things. So it wants me to scan right here, but I can see the radar set up, but I want to put my... You know, whatever. I'll just do it. I'll wing it. My pick might break, but I do have the obsidian one for harvest, so that's fine.
This is precise as the data gets. See what you can find. That's it. Systems online.
Oh, is it? So, the way these typically work is we'll pick an enemy type, and then, like, send... Waves is maybe too strong of a word. It's just going to send a few. It's not like some of the other missions where it, like, really swamps you to death. So I just don't know what kind of enemies I'm going to have to face here. If any. What the hell? Hey, guys! You gonna fight me? I'm, like, kind of ready. And most of these simple missions, the actual Ren you get from it is like pretty nominal, right? It's like 10, 20, 30 Ren is like nothing. It's the potential reward pod, which is big. Oh, it's Ashen Drakes. I think this is going to be my first Ashen Drake kill. Oh no, they're not even Ashen Drakes, they're Komodos. Ha, that's funny. Komodos aren't even native to this zone. Yeah, it works for me, whatever. Absolute overkill. I don't even need the pets. It's just icing on the cake. Oh, there's a bear. Okay. Interesting. Normally, these simple quests will spawn creatures that belong to the biome you're in, but I guess not in my case. What's funny is, like, normally I'd be like, oh no, bear! But, like, compared to the volcano creatures, bear is tame. These volcano creatures are in a league of their own in terms of their danger. So, we're done. Collect the radar station, send it up in a pod, and, completion. Maybe there'll be death claws. I mean, the arid predators, or whatever they're called, are basically death claws. They're like death velociraptors. And I was low-key expecting like stone jaws or those arid, what are they called? Arid strikers. I was low-key expecting it to be the arid strikers that arrived. But not this time. Radar in. Y'all gonna get blowback. Whatever, it's not my problem. No, you made it away. Good job. And rewards. Lightweight frame attachment for crossbows, worthless. Steel throwing knives and iron javelin, that's worth a lot. You know why? Throwing weapons cost a lot of ingots to make. So if I'm getting 10 to 30 and 5 to 15, that's a crap ton of iron. Or salt. Yeah, definitely the thrown weapons. Thank you very much. I'm getting low-key a little distracted just because you always need more iron and more silica, so I might as well get it while I'm here. Once we get back to the base, I'll look at the other simple missions, and if any of them look good, I'll take it, and if they don't, I'll like take one and then ditch, and then wait 10 minutes. But yeah, that was pretty easy. Definitely pretty easy. Over time, what I intend to do is replace more of the... either expand the greenhouse with additional sections, or replace some of my walls and roofs with glass sections just for the nice ambient light. Again, one of the goals of this run is to sort of flex on UDA and Cinetai and Lagos unit to be like, yeah, not only is it survivable, but I got a hell of a base too. You know, and exceed the challenge parameters. Thought I saw my arrow somewhere. Guess not. Whoa, Stash! Thank you for the raid as well, man. How's your weekend going? Call to the Lamb. Oh, that's a fun one. You know what's a really good song from that soundtrack? Lamb God. I remember after streaming... Did this respawn? What the hell? Gameplay. Large stone respawn off. Did I never harvest this? It's like in my backyard. I don't know. I don't know. You missed surviving the volcano? Well, I have died once. Well, technically once. I had other runs where I died. At the start of this challenge, the hardest part of this challenge is like the first 10 minutes. And I did absolutely get my butt kicked. On initial landfall, I got stomped. Alright, steel throwing knives, destroy for 10 steel ingots? Hell yeah. And then iron javelins, destroy for 22 iron ingots. Hell yeah. Yeah, that was the right reward choice. Just because I knew the breakdown value was so much higher than any of the other stuff. Alright. We got bricks galore. Yeah, this is easily enough bricks to finish the project. For sure. Cheers. So, I think it was four roof sections. Was it. And then, the other thing that I wanted to add, actually, let's just do that now. So I'm going to add as many floor sections as I can. I want a patio around the outside so I can place my contact device and orbital exchange and that stuff. Because I don't want it on the ground if I can help it, because putting it on the ground means it can get destroyed. Putting it on a balcony means it's protected, so I will do my best to protect that stuff, because it's, I can afford to replace it, but like if I don't have to replace it, why would I? So 11 floor sections. Let's get these moved over. And what to work? Well, actually, once I'm done with this, I'm going to move in. So never mind. That's duh. Why build a base and not move my furniture in? It reminds me long ago when I was a chef. Well, I was a sous chef, but I was like a prep cook and sous chef for a catering business. And one of the catering jobs we had was to provide food for furniture movers, because they were doing a photo shoot for like some sort of house magazine. I don't really know what the photo shoot was. I wasn't paying attention. And it was like the most beautiful home I've ever seen that it was completely devoid of furniture. It was so weird. Because it was this like gorgeous mansion that was just empty. Like, it wasn't for sale or anything. It was just empty. It was so strange. So eventually I'm going to move the ramps to be attached to the balcony. So you can kind of see the design. We'll just have a wraparound balcony. And the advantage of that obviously is like I can scout and move, and I don't know, it's just be nice. Why don't I harvest with my sickle? Harvest what? Oh, I should have. Did I not? Oh god, that was dumb. Yeah, Rack here, I should have. I just... Yep. Let's call it fatigue brain from 9 hours of streaming. Forgot that, yeah, sickles is how you harvest fiber. And I didn't even harvest the trees. I walked away from that. Yep. Alright, current priority is moving to the home. It's easy to forget. Yeah, thanks for the benefit of the doubt, let's say. It's funny to hear all the, like, the clip-clop of my animals following me. At the start, was I able to select the landing zone? So in the Basalt Flats, there's only this zone. there's no choice. If you land in the volcano, there's just volcano. So, no, I could not select. Alright, let's incorporate the ramp on this side. Is it gonna... yeah, okay. So knowing that that does that thing, let's put a wall... wow, okay, put a wall here. Will this allow snap? Yes, it does, good. No, come on. Are the boars in the way? Yeah, they are. There we go. Entryway. And eventually I can, like, block it out to make it look, like, not silly by adding walls to it and, like, having it look like a actually decent entryway. And then maybe putting pillars on the outside. But, like, you get the idea. So, I'm just gonna put my ranching station down here. It's not a big deal if it gets broken. I don't care if it breaks. Whatever. I don't want it on my balcony because the balcony, the real estate for the balcony, I want it more open by design. Here's our contact device and orbital exchange and simple quest. Abandoned base we could do, or simple scan. So there's more money for the scan. But the abandoned base will have loot that we can take, so we'll do the base mission next. But I'm going to still just work on moving in. Because the base mission's not close by. Hey, buddy. You ready to get slaughtered? Bye-bye. So now this is the hard part. I have pretty finite inventory space and carry weight, and I have a lot of stuff I need to move. There is an opportunity to do a little bit of organization, though. So there is... I can put things in better spots than I had before. One word of warning, though. Things near doors are vulnerable, so, like, don't crowd your doors, because you could lose your... the deployable things that don't tolerate being outside. Essentially, some items like the contact device wants to be outside, it has to be, and it has that outside tag with the cloud. And then some things do not want to be outside, like a bedroll. And if you leave, see that orange shelter thing? If you leave a bedroll outside, it will decay away. You will lose it, and you will lose it fast. So I'm going to put my bed right here, smack dab in the middle. Set it as a spawn. And then you don't want, like I said, you don't want to crowd things around the entryway. So do oxite here. That should be far enough away from the door that it's not going to go kaput. Honestly, I should not have moved the mortar, because, like, it's not something that needs... I would rather put it next to something important. So moving it first is kind of dumb. Hey, can you not... Oh, sir, fine. Come, you... Your bed's there. I was going to give you more shelter for your bed, but you got in my way. It's your fault, not mine. Actually, you know what? As I go deeper into my own cave, to grab stuff, it's going to get increasingly more annoying to deal with the hogs, like, boxing me in. So I'm just going to set them to wander for now until I need them again. Ooh, what can I even move? I can move this. Another advantage of the Stilt house is, your pets will absolutely love to catch themselves on fire. If you have a fireplace, eventually you get, like, an actual, like, you can unlock proper fireplaces or stoves that don't have open flame. So, like, biofuel fireplaces where I'm at now, which would not set the hogs on fire. But, like, an open campfire is, like, good enough to get the passage of time at night. But, your pets will just leap into the fire at any chance. They're stupid like that. Glassworking, maybe we'll put, like, here. Campfire. I don't want next to the bed, because I don't want to get out of bed and immediately set myself on fire. And then stuff like the mortar and pestle and the anvil will almost certainly move after I've figured out, like, exactly where I want things. So I'm actually just going to keep all my loot in there, so my regular inventory is just moved stuff. Did I really not grab oxygen? Oh, Jesus. Ironically, that's one of the most dangerous things, is when you're trying to fill your canteen manually. If you accidentally hit pond water, you fill it with sulfuric water and you kill yourself. Just be really careful with that hitbox. It's more important than it seems. Next move. Textiles. And potbelly. So who's inspired to try like a brutal challenge run like this one? It takes endurance, but what I will say is, as a player of Icarus, it for me at least had really breathed life into a game that I had played a lot of, and that was a good thing. It felt fresh again, even if I was getting my butt kicked. It's funny how the pipe just, like, stops. It's like, yep, suck it. Fair, yep. This is just extra carbon for the lungs. Oh, I don't even have seeds here? Alright, let's correct that. How did I overlook that so badly? Good God. The whole challenge is like super resource scarcity, and I've just been like sitting on idling farm plots this whole time. Ooh, I should have slept. Alright, once I get back to the base, I'll sleep. Let's move kitchen. And that's basically all the way to have. How overloaded am I? Oh, just a few kilograms. There, perfect. We're almost moved in. I promise. And then it gets spicy again. Depending on what you vote on. So, 3 more floors, and we're done? And like a wall, maybe? Something like that? Now that I actually have the kitchen placed, this feels like a better place for the mortar and pestle. I'm not going to trip on it as much. Okay, I didn't... There we go. Putting the coal back in here. I don't care about coziness, I just want daytime. And now there's just a few more things to move in. Still feels pretty spacious, so I don't feel like it's going to be too claustrophobic. It's obviously hyper efficient. It's not expansive, it's just one room. But it would be better than having cave sickness and periodic visits from cave worms trying to destroy the structures and the like. I'm out of sap. Yeah, okay. And okay, yeah, that is not gonna work. So I'll move this. Actually, I don't even want to move the crafting bench. I'm gonna destroy it. Because I am ultimately gonna be phasing it out. So for now, I'm gonna put the sticks and wood here, and maybe the bone too, just for stacks, and move the machining bench, because I don't need crafting and machining. That's redundant. Especially when space is fairly finite compared to the last base. Late to the party? Hey, better late than never. I don't mind at all. Acid showers. Oh, lovely. As far as the, actual organization of where things are, this will absolutely be adjusted. For now, I'm just, shoving things in for speed, and I'll arrange things more sensibly, once everything is moved out of that cave. Okie dokie. If you had to move from your original place to a new one to the other part of the map, how to do it with animals loaded? Yeah, probably with animals loaded. I mean, there's a bit of a risk no matter how you do it, because you could always lose everything. Anytime you have to move, there is inevitably that risk. So moving in piecemeal is going to take longer. Moving it all at once. So I guess what I would do, ooh, that is such a good question, is load up the absolute necessities, the resources you cannot live without, and everything that you could lose, whatever, fiber and things like that, just don't even bother moving with. That's probably what I would end up doing. To save for time, effort, energy, all of that. Just be very picky about the resources you take. Because it'd be way, way worse to, like, I don't know, move slowly and then lose everything. And then I would say on top of that, the most important stuff should be on you, on your person, because pack animals are dumb. Pack animals are quite dumb. And just fully expect them to, like, faceplant into lava or something stupid like that and get themselves killed. And have all that loot that you had been carrying over get lost. Because, like, that's what people will say about buffalo. And if you're moving, make sure to have, like, maybe even ride it, actually. It will take longer, but, like, you'll have direct control. If I was to really move myself without any rules or restrictions, I would probably get, like, a woolly mammoth leveled up real nice with a and then load up the woolly mammoth. Because woolly mammoths loaded up can carry, like, an immense amount of stuff. And that's probably the tactic I would take. Is a fully loaded woolly mammoth. With a whole bunch of, like, you know, combat pet escorts. And then on top of all that, you know, it depends on your world state, too. Because if you have a world state that, where you've spawned a whole bunch of bosses that you haven't contended with, I mean, it depends on the... Yeah, there's a lot of factors, in other words. So while I'm here, what I'm trying to do is craft the rest of the floors that I need. And get them banged out. Also, obviously need doors. One of the things I can do for doors is in the concrete tier. If you get the concrete building set, you get a concrete door. I would need to start smelting platinum, but that's going to be worth way more than, like, the thatch door that I would otherwise have, which isn't going to keep anyone out for more than, like, a quarter second. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus, Volcanic Prometheus, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow prospectors.